first one, were able to win the second one in walk-off fashion, and then were able to take the win-it-all game to be crowned the North Collegiate League champions.
I feel like anytime the Oilmen and the Generals met last season, it was an intense game, lots of emotions going on, and the plays going back and forth. It was exciting to see where they pick up where they left off last season. New leadership under the return of manager Adam Enright coming back to the second business team. There's still a man behind the bench for the Generals. So let's take a look at those lineups first. With the home team, the Joliet Generals. Leading off with the center fielder, Michael Gould. Brennan Christian's batting second, playing third base. Grace Vincent is at third, playing shortstop. Chris Newha will be batting fourth and playing right field. James the Generals will be batting fifth, playing catcher. Tino Davis is now playing first base, batting sixth. CJ Ferreras is the designated hitter, batting seventh. Tim Swift is batting eighth and playing left field. It's going to be Will Sellers rounding up the lineup, batting ninth. Nick Anderson batting fourth, the designated hitter. Jason Walker is batting sixth. And they're playing first base. Chad Cosby is batting sixth, playing left field. Tyler Carnegie is batting catcher. Joe Hazenga is batting eighth and playing third base. And Tyler Thompson is playing right field, batting ninth, batting the lineup. Will be Jake Strauss for the Oilmen to start off the season here. So we're just a few moments away from first pitch. Once again, the Oilmen, coached by Adam Enright, they're wearing their gold jerseys with the bold Oilmen font across the chest and black numbers on the back. Black caps with the Oilmen logo on it and gray pants. So it'll be a fun matchup here. It's exciting to see what this branded Northern League will bring tonight. As we mentioned, the two teams from last year's championship getting set for the rematch here as the Generals take the field. It'll be the Oilmen batting first. The Lead Fund Stadium, now the main home field of the Generals. They split time between Benedictine University and now here in Carroll Stream. But as we take a look down the left field, it's 330 down to either foul pole, 365 into the gaps, and 395 to center field. So we'll see how these dimensions look out. But looking at Cooper Avery on the mound for Joliet. Adam, this is someone who had some experience with the Generals last season and is the opening day starter today.
Yeah, absolutely, and he appeared in 16 games in high school his junior year in Neuqua Valley and recorded a 1.00 ERA, and he still holds some school records, including fewest walks in a season at Neuqua Valley, and now he plays at Valparaiso College and pitches there.
Well, and
especially interesting to see these lineups so early on. Some college seasons aren't done, so the lineups, there's going to be a lot of adjusting that these coaches and managers are going to need to do.
Absolutely, and we're talking about the Generals, how much more comfort they might have this season defending that championship crown. A lot of that has to come from the fact that they're returning a last year.
Get on and off.
So now the 1-1 pitch, low and away for ball two. We'll just see here, getting the summer season started, if the Oilmen batters take a lot of pitches from Avery and try to work him, or if they just go aggressive early on. Now a 2-1 pitch. Baker takes that one for a strike, so now we're even up at 2 here, 2-2.
something to notice early on is Avery in between pitches. He's just stepping off the rubber for a second, and he's right back on, ready to deliver again.
So now the breakthrough pitch, 2-2. That one's in the dirt for ball 3. So we go full here. Baker's a 2014 graduate of Marion Catholic, a program in Chicago Heights that proves that quite a lot of MLB and collegiate talent. So now here comes the payoff pitch. Takes that one outside for ball 4, so he will take his base there after working the full count from Avery. That's always how you want to start a game. Getting the leadoff runner on. He was able to see 6 pitches from the starting pitcher and was able to get a feel for him, and then takes his base, putting C.J. DeShazer in a spot where he has a runner on and nobody out here. Another left-hander, DeShazer. That one bounces off the shin pad of the catcher, and that one will allow Baker to take second base. He rounds the corner, but will stay put there, just right off the shin pad of Cisneros, who corrals it near the general dugout. So that'll be low for ball 1.
Yeah, going off your point, Leo, being able to see all those pitches in your first at-bat, when you get around the second and third time, you know, if they do the same pitcher, you know what's coming a lot of the time. It takes a lot of the guessing away of hitting.
That's what you want from the leadoff hitter, to get a feel. Leadoff hitter sometimes aggressive, trying to set the tone, but Baker did a good job there, just seeing what the pitcher had to offer as DeShazer has the 1-0 count. Avery looks over to second base, fires this one towards the plate. That one is in for strike 1, so the count evens up at 1. DeShazer also has spent some time with the Oilmen back in 2019, and he previously spent a little bit of time with the MCL Minutemen last season. Now we'll be back playing in Whiting. So he gets ready for the 1-1 pitch from Avery. That one called a strike on the outside part of the zone, so that makes it a 1-2 count. We really haven't seen any Oilman hitters swing so far. They've all just taken everything looking. So we're on the second batter here. Counts 1-2 with nobody out and a man on second base for Chris Baker. The 1-2 pitch. One inside for a ball. Evens the count up at 2.
Very emphatic call there on the home plate umpire.
So the 2-2 pitch. Avery leans toward home plate. A little Craig Kimbrell to that lean as he just kind of lets the throwing arm hang a little bit. And now the pitch. And low for ball 3, so we'll go full here. So another lengthy at bat from the Oilman batter at the plate.
Avery really trying to command the ball. Left a lot of stuff in the dirt so far.
So now the payoff pitch here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on second base. Fisher keeping Baker in check. He calls strike 3 there, so DeShazer will head back to the dugout with a backwards K as Avery gets the first out of this inning.
That was a great pitch on the inside part of the plate. DeShazer really frozen there at the plate. That ball would have jammed him completely.
So
it's 1 out.
Bring Charlie Cisconi to the plate here, the infielder for Payless Heights. Another left-handed batter from the Oilmen. Hefty swing and a miss there for strike 1. Looks like he got the off-speed pitch there. Was just swinging a little bit over it. Baker is still the runner on second base. So Cisconi gets ready for this one. He's playing shortstop for the Oilmen. He fouls that one away, so quickly he finds himself down 0-2 in this count against Avery, the right-hander. Avery makes some adjustments on the mound. Once again leans toward home plate, gets the sign from his catcher.
See if he's more aggressive here on this 0-2, or if he tries to get him to chase.
The 0-2 pitch goes right back into the zone. That's popped up deep to right field. There's pedaling towards the track, caught at the warning track by Muha. And it'll be Baker advancing to third. Tags up and makes his way to third base, 90 feet away from scoring, but there are 2 outs in the inning.
Boy, what a great catch there out in right field by Muha. Thought off the bat that had a chance to get out of here, and he just drifted back to that 330 sign, but catches it right before he goes into the wall. And now a runner on third for the Oilmen, but now 2 outs.
That was a good rip. There was not much wind here, so maybe didn't get a little extra push. A gust would have just Then all it needed to just get over the wall. There was close to all 330 feet he would have needed, but now we have Nick Anderson coming up to the plate, the designated hitter. Takes strike one from the first pitch he sees from Avery, who, despite walking the leadoff hitter, now finds himself with 2 outs here, with a pretty good chance of getting out of this inning.
Yeah, he settled in after the first at-bat to Baker.
He's now facing the right-handed batter, Anderson. He cracks that one over to third base, but it rolls foul, so he's down 0-2. You see Anderson has also spent some time with the Oilmen here. He's a player that's helping fill out the opening night roster. Some rips in here as he is down 0-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Baker, the runner on third base, getting off to a 2-step lead. Bigger's the third baseman, just kind of letting him have it. The 0-2 pitch, fouled away, so staying alive here. That one goes up behind us out of play here, and so plate umpire will provide Avery with a new ball. Once again, Avery's going right at this batter here in another 0-2 count. After he was pitching around the zone a little bit to the first 2 hitters, he's just throwing strikes here. That's a pretty good key for success. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. So after the leadoff walk, the Oilmen aren't able to muster anything anything else against Cooper Avery. Scoreless after half an inning here in Carroll Stream. We'll be back with the first at-bats for the Generals. That's next on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
You hire certified electrician contractors, you're getting the best. But just as important as our skill and expertise is our culture of safety. We know it's important to you, and we know it's important to them. Certified Electrician represents the NECA IBEW team, a team where safety and productivity go hand in hand. It's why our jobs finish on time and on budget. It's why owners that use us are repeat customers. Certified Electrician, working together, powering Northwest Indiana.
I've never seen ads on top of the roof where it's helping the community.
At the Fun Stadium here, where Jake Ostrowski, the right-hander from Lockport, Illinois, will be doing the throwing for the Oilmen. Ostrowski in 10 starts for Trinity Christian College, where he plays for Oilmen manager Adam Enright. 55 innings pitched, has 1 win to 6 losses, and he struck out 53 batters to just 17 walks, and that's a key to here in this Wood Bat Summer League, is just throwing strikes here. You don't necessarily want to pitch too much around the zone. You want to get things over the plate, because it just helps keep your pitch count low, keeps things efficient, gives you a better chance of running through the order.
Yeah, not every mistake is going to be, hit a mile. So, better to,
Because you have to think about it, too. The batters are still figuring out how to use the wood bats. A lot of them, especially the school, may not have done that before, and they're still getting the feel for it. So we'll see what Ostrowski has here as he gets set to face Michael Gould, the general center fielder. He takes strike 1 just on the outside corner of the strike zone.
Yeah, speaking of players the Generals had last year, Michael Gould was another one of them. Key part, now plays for Maryville.
So now the 0-1 pitch from Ostrowski. Fastball on the corner for strike 2. Good-looking pitch there. The Generals fortunate enough to return a lot of their core from last season's championship team. The 1-2-3 hitters all played for them last year, and Gould, Fisher, and Vincent. Now the 0-2 pitch. Away for ball 1.
And Gould is very experienced at the collegiate level. He played all 40 games for the Saints in 2021. This year he played 52 games for them.
So they're looking to build off a strong campaign as the 1-2 pitch away. Evens count up at 2. So Ostrowski has the count even up at 2 after throwing 2 strikes for the first 2 pitches. He gets the sign from his catcher, Zarnecki. Kicks and fires towards the plate. That one in the dirt for ball 3, so we'll go full. Ostrowski, a junior from Lockport, spent some time at Joliet Junior College. He actually played for the Generals in 2019, so he's familiar with this league and all it has to offer. And the payoff pitch fouled away, so Gould staying alive at the plate. Ostrowski gets set in his stance. Payoff pitch comes. One low for ball 4, so it'll be a leadoff walk for Gould and the Generals, bringing Brennan Fisher, the first baseman, to the plate here with 1 man on and nobody out.
It's a great at-bat by Gould to start the game.
Yeah, you saw he took the first 2 pitches for strikes, and then was able to lay off some stuff around the zone, then fouled away a pitch when it was 3-2, and then was able to get some good discipline there and get his base there to lead off the inning with a walk for Joliet.
And a lot of that comes with having the collegiate experience that he brings to this team.
So now Ostrowski fires towards the plate to Fisher, who takes that one for strike 1 on the inside part of the strike zone. Fisher had some good power for the Generals too last season. It was really it was like batting practice at times for them in the postseason last year. They had a lot of power. I believe against Crestwood, as that one pickoff move is thrown away, so it'll be an opportunity for Gould to advance. See just how it's scored there, but it looked like Ostrowski was going for the pickoff move, and it just missed the glove of Marshall, his first baseman. But Fisher and the Generals looking to try to repeat here. As he had a great campaign under year 1 of Joe Silva last season and ended it with some hardware. So now with the runner on second base, Ostrowski gets set to go towards the plate here. 0-1 pitch. Called for strike 2. We see Gould getting off to a lead at second base. Oilmen don't have anyone checking up on him just yet. Ostrowski looks towards the runner and throws towards the plate. This one shot back up over to second base. Shazer tries to skip it over, and he will. Marshall, the first baseman, scoops it up. Gould advances over to third base. But that's the first out of this inning, a 4-3 ground out.
And Shazer really needed to make a perfect play to get out there, and was able to make it to get Fisher out.
It was moving to his right, fired across his body, and just kind of bounced it in. And Marshall, first baseman, kudos to him as well, making the play. Making the catch to finish that one off. As now the 2021 Midwest Collegiate League MVP Bryce Vincent steps into the box here, the right-handed batter facing Ostrowski. Fouls away the first pitch he sees over to the first base side.
Yeah, I think every team now knows about him.
And one thing he did, he had the power, obviously, but he just did a good job of getting on base. His on-base percentage was near 400 for most of the season. That's pretty impressive. It counts one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Yep. And Vincent fouls away that one to make it an 0-2 count. So Ostrowski just doing a good job pitching for contact here after the walk to Gould. Poses himself and gets ready for this 0-2 pitch. Fires towards the plate. That one high for ball 1. Vincent plays his collegiate ball at St. Ambrose University, and he's looking to have another good campaign here for the Generals here. 0-2 pitch from Ostrowski. Swing and miss for strike 3. Get the second out there, and that was an important one against number 3 hitter, bringing Jake Muha to the plate now with and on. 2 outs here. Muha, the left-handed batter, with the white spikes and the white batting gloves as well, go with the black bat. Swinging the lumber here, it's Ostrowski. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch from Ostrowski, fouled away for strike 1. Getting pretty close to a soccer players playing over here. Looks like everybody's okay.
You gotta think of the idea of having a soccer practice next to a baseball game. You know, sometimes you gotta make something happen.
Just a few feet away too, so for a next pitch from Ostrowski, called strike, so Muha quickly finds himself down 0-2. And with the protective netting, they still don't have much coverage from foul balls. Now they move a little further away, but still close call there. Muha down 0-2 with Ostrowski. Pitch inside for ball 1.
You've seen it from both pitchers now. Start off with Avery and then Ostrowski bouncing back after initially giving up the lead base runner to a walk.
Opening day jitters. Feel for it, working with a new catcher. Settled in nicely though. It's a 1-2 pitch from Ostrowski. That one had some spin on it, but it was up high. 2-2 count. Summer ball is an opportunity for pitchers to work on some other things, something you might not throw in your college season. You can experiment with a new pitch or different throwing motion. As Justin kicks that one and dribbled away, foul. So we'll stay at 2-2 as we're just fighting to stay alive here. Shoots across the board here. 2 balls, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Runner on third base. Gould, the leadoff runner, got there. Virtual walk. Advanced the second on throw. Over a third on fielder's choice. See if Blue Hawk can score in here. Ostrowski. That's the pitch. Another foul ball. This one could be playable for the third baseman. Guess not, though. Just a little bit over into the Generals bullpen. It looked playable at first. Got it.
Very weird corner here. You find the field. Batting cage. Sort of a right angle.
Tough area. Kanzenza as the Oilmen third baseman. 2-2 pitch. Cracked up the middle, near left center field. Left center field really as Baker fades in there and makes it away. So after another leadoff walk, really 3 outs there since scoring the lead 0-0 after 1. You're watching in the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
Sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine.
It shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
Scoreless first inning. It'll be Clark, Sarnecki, and Kazenza coming up to the plate for the Oilmen, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Both pitchers had a first leadoff batter walk and then were able to retire the next 3 batters. It was a good job by each of them, Avery and Ostrowski, pitching with a runner on base and getting out of the inning.
Yeah, certainly. They settled in and were able to, fight through having a base runner, which definitely changes how you throw the ball. You go from the stretch with runners on.
Absolutely, as it will be, or correction, it's David Marshall coming in the box for the Oilmen, the number 5 hitter. Read my scorecard wrong there as he gets in the left-handed batter's box. A lefty-heavy lineup for the Oilmen. He shows bunt. That one bounces away. Looks like that'll be strike 1. Marshall playing first base today, but has some positional versatility well. Plays college at DuPage, a 2021 graduate of Downers Grove North. Takes that one for a strike. So finds himself down 0-2. Cracks that one away for a foul ball deep into the third base side of things near the general bullpen. It's a 2-1 count. Or 2-2 now. Pitch to Marshall. That's a baller. Lost track of the count for a second. I believe it's now 1-2. Saw the 2s. Or 2-2. Okay. Got that straightened out.
First pitch was a ball, I believe.
Marshall takes that one for a ball, so now we'll go full, 3-2.
A lot of early pitches for Avery and a lot of stuff missing low. Looking to command the middle of the zone, which he's been really good at.
We'll see how he adjusts to that as Marshall steadies himself. This is the payoff pitch. One lofted into shallow left field, and then it'll drop just near the foul line in play. Marshall has first base, rounds the corner towards second, and he will get in there before the relay throw. So that'll be a leadoff double for David Marshall and the Oilmen.
It's a really good piece of hitting on a ball that was a little bit inside, but is able to hit it off into left field.
That was just dropped into a really good spot there, too, as it was too far to be caught by the third baseman Biggers and just shallow of the center fielder, or the left fielder, Stutt. That brings Chaz Clark, the left fielder, to the box here. Another left-handed bat. 2021 graduate at Marist High School. Takes that one for a strike. Good spot there by Avery. So Clark finds himself down 0-1. Another good spot on the corner to make it an 0-2 count. Avery doing a good job of hitting his spots against the left-hander here.
Seems like most counts have gone really deeper, gone to 0-2 quickly for Avery. Our early trend here.
It's interesting to see him right after giving up the double. He just goes right at the next hitter he sees, just throwing strikes. Clark hasn't done much with him as he takes that one low for ball one. So Marshall is the runner on second base. Really staying planted on the bag, not off to much of a lead. As now he gets off to about 2-3 steps there. Just ahead of Bryce Vincent, the shortstop. So the 1-2 pitch to Clark. One dribbled over to second base where Summers makes the play and gets the put out there, but advances the base runner to third.
It's good situational baseball by the Oilmen.
And that's what you need, too, with the Wood Bat League, and especially early with the young hitters getting adjusted. Just play small ball. Get the ball. You don't have to try to crush it. Just put it in play. Let the base runners make smart decisions, and that was just a good situational hit. Left-handed batter hitting over to second base, advancing the runner to third. And that brings Kyle Zarnecki up, the Oilman catcher, with one out here and a man on third base. From Manuka, 2020 graduate of that program, takes the first pitch he sees for a strike. 0-1 count with a runner on third base. Still scoreless here in the top of the second inning here. That runner 90 feet away is a big swing and miss from Zarnecki. Makes it 0-2.
That was a big-time breaking ball there from Avery. That just dropped the bottom out of that.
We've seen a couple of those so far. Avery has a really good bender. So we've seen a couple of Oilman hitters just swinging way above it. So now the 0-2 pitch from Avery as he looks over to third base. Pitches out of the stretch. That one sent up to Vincent at shortstop. He gets it, throws in motion, and makes the put out there, but the Oilmen center run across the plate. So that'll be an RBI for Zarnecki there as the Oilmen strike first here, despite the ground out.
Good play there by Zarnecki. A pitch that was a little bit low, but not worth taking there. As Vincent was playing far back on the grass, no chance to get the runner out at home. And the Oilmen take the early lead.
So now the Oilmen send Joe Cosenza up to the plate. He's playing third base today, batting eighth. Takes the first pitch he sees from Avery for a ball. Cosenza, another player from College of DuPage, a Downers Grove graduate, as he sends that one to shallow right field. You see Muha pedals in and gets that one for the third out of the inning, but not before the Oilmen put one on the board. So after an inning and a half, the Oilmen lead 1-0. Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Beach is just too hot. I mean, God, look at it. It's making the sand burn, the mouth dry, the skin cry. I mean, everything's just... Oh, there's Coors Light. Well-mouthed desert, meet ice-cold beer. Mountain cold refreshment. That's chill.
The
You didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't know Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra. Now, you do.
Wait! Let me help! Lando Frost! Premium meat! Delicious! And no byproducts!
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay.
Whee!
Make a smart choice. Lando Frost Premium Meat.
I am a success. I am the future.
I am.
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 I am Ivy Tech Community College. Are you?
And we're back here for the bottom of the second inning in the Fun Stadium, where Jake Ostrowski will continue to face these Generals hitters. It'll be Cisneros, Biggers, and Turones coming up to do the swing for Joliet, as the Oilmen struck first last inning. So what do you expect to see, Adam, from Joliet here now that they're trailing a run here?
Well, I think I would expect them to be more aggressive on first pitches that they see. Ostrowski has been really good so far, so I think if they get something good to hit, or at least the second time around, expect them to go for it.
Jimmy Cisneros, the catcher, coming up to bat here. He was someone who we saw with the Generals last season. A lot of familiarity with this lineup, and that's good, too, because he had the team chemistry, where obviously he won the championship last season. You bring a lot of the foundational pieces from that team back and see if they can pick up where they left off here.
Yeah, and a lot of them went to similar colleges, similar high schools that were either the same or they played against each other.
The first pitch from Ostrowski to Cisneros, called a ball. Just inside. Cisneros the backstop of that team as he gets ready for the 1-0 pitch. Makes that a 2-0 unless he lays off it. Plays his college ball at Roosevelt University from Wheeling, Illinois. He cracks that one foul for first strike of the set-bat from Ostrowski. So Cisneros has the 1-2 count. Nobody out here against the leadoff batter. His team leads by 1. Kicks and fires towards the plate. This one dribbled over to Marshall at first base. He secures it and steps on the bag for the first out. So that'll go to Marshall unassisted, and he was able to recover.
Ostrowski inducing some weak contact there from Cisneros.
So got him to swing on top of the ball there. So even though he was able to make contact with it, it just wasn't much he could put on it, and it just rolled right over to first base. It's now Dino Biggers, the third baseman today, comes to the plate for Joliet, batting in the 6th spot. But he's someone we saw last season can play a few different positions, which is certainly useful as he chops that one right back up to Ostrowski, who corrals it and fires it over to first base. So just like that, there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. So C.J. Turones comes up to the plate, the designated hitter. He's going to have his work cut out for him, batting in the right-handed box, and 2 outs here. So looking at Ostrowski on the mound here, he's just thrown 4 pitches in this inning and already has 2 outs. That'll certainly get the job done. The first pitch, Turones called a strike.
Yeah, with the amount of games that they play over the summer, it's certainly important to keep the pitch count lower, especially early in the season, to see how far your arm can stretch.
It's definitely something I'm sure Adam Enright's keeping in mind, is that one's called a strike. You don't want to see early in the season. You just kind of want to see what the pitcher has, see how long it takes them to get stretched out. With most of these pitchers, we'll probably see them go longer as the summer goes on, but right here, I'd assume it's probably a short lease for Ostrowski, regardless of how he pitches, as he's got the 0-2 count. Turones, that one lifted up to right center field. That falls right into the glove of Foma Cannon. So it'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So the Generals go down in 1-2-3 fashion, keeping the pitch count low for Ostrowski. And the score remains 1-0 after 2 here on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
When it comes to Sunday, choose the right couch. Here's to the original light beer. It's Miller time.
Leo starter Adam Oppenheim back here for the top of the third inning, where it'll be Cannon, Baker, and DeShazer leading off for the Oilmen here. They're up 1-0 against Cooper Avery, who, despite the run in last inning, has still looked pretty solid on the mound, just getting settled in.
Yeah, certainly. The Oilmen just had a leadoff double last inning, and were able to play a little bit of small ball to knock him in.
Leadoff man has got on both times so far for the Oilmen as Cannon takes a ball. See if that trend continues here. Cannon, a 2021 graduate of Plainfield South, plays his college ball at Dayton for the Flyers. One outside for a ball. Makes it 2-0. The right-handed batter with the white Adidas spikes, the black gloves. Avery leans towards the plate, gets the sign from Cisneros, steadies and fires this one towards the plate, swing and a miss for strike one. So 1-2 count to the Oilman right-hander. Or 2-1 count, pardon me. The Oilmen lead 1-0 here in the top of the third inning. Pitch low and away for ball 3. As the right-hander Avery just steps off the rubber a little bit. It's a feel for the ball. It's a turf infield here at LeFun Stadium. I believe the outfield is turf as well, so no natural grass here at all, and that can affect the infielders a little bit. As swing and a miss for strike 2. So now we're full here at a 3-2 count for leadoff batter. So we'll see what Avery has to offer here on the payoff pitch. Here it comes. Called strike 3, so the leadoff man goes down looking there. Well, Cannon thought he might have had a strike or a walk there as he started making his trot over to the base, but now he will head towards the dugout.
Yeah, Avery once again really has that breaking ball cooking. It looked like a curveball there that almost faded away from the outside corner, but just caught the edge of it.
So now Chris Baker comes in the box here. Last time up, he walked and advanced all the way to third before the first inning ended. Takes the first pitch he sees for a ball. Baker stands in at 6 foot. Again, another player that plays for Enright at Trinity Christian as he chops that one back over to second base. We see Summers makes the throw in motion for the second out of the inning, just the underhand toss. Just like that, Avery has 2 outs, courtesy of the strikeout and the ground out, bringing C.J. DeShazer up to the box here with empty base paths. Again, just the Craig Kimbrell-esque lean towards the plate, leaves the arm hanging a little bit, gets the sign, blows that one in for a strike. So the 0-1 pitch to DeShazer here. One outside for a ball, makes it a 2-1 count. DeShazer, one of the players more experienced in this league, has battled injuries a little bit in his college season, but is hoping to have a healthy spring campaign as he played 19 games under Adam Enright for the Oilmen back in 2018. Takes that one for a ball. So we see a lot of that where players with familiarity with Enright coming back to play for him as he is beginning his second stint here in Whiting with the Oilmen. It's the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. 2 pitch actually. Enright was with the Oilmen from 2012 to 2018. Took a hiatus and is now back here with hoping to pick up where he left off as he is the most successful manager in team history as DeShazer goes down swinging there, and that'll end the inning. So the Oilmen go down in 1-2-3 fashion. The score remains Northwest Indiana Oilmen 1, Joliet Generals 0. You're watching on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Football legend Tom Flores, a.k.a. the Iceman, a.k.a. the first Latino quarterback and head coach ever, a.k.a. why isn't he in the hall yet? Well, Coors Light is going to do something about it.
I'll drink to that. Have a student headed to college this fall? If so, you probably have questions, and the best place to find answers is Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is in your community and offers hundreds of options. Best of all, our tuition is a fraction of the cost of other colleges. Complete a free application today.
You guys are crushing it. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasted and bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded.
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium Meat.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Leo Stauder, Adam Oppenheim back with you here for the bottom of the third inning at the Fun Stadium here in Carroll Stream, just near, we're on the campus of Wheaton College, but just near Wheaton, Illinois. And we're getting set here for the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Stutt, Summers, and Gould. Leadoff hitter for the Generals, but he Stutt, another player that played for them last season. So they're bringing back a bulk of that championship roster from last year. So these two teams played in a thrilling 3-game series last year that featured Joliet taking the clinching game in lopsided fashion, but that game 2 was one that was probably one of the best games we've seen all summer last year, and I'm hoping for more classics like that between the two teams as Stutt takes the first pitch he sees for a strike. Right-handed batter Stutt, using no batting gloves in the black lumber, facing the right-hander Ostrowski. Kicks and fires towards the plate, inside for a ball. So counts even at 1 here. It's a cooler day here in Carroll Stream as game time temperatures about 54 degrees. A little bit of sun peeking through the clouds, but it's a mostly the 1-1 pitch cracked over to shortstop where throw is made across the body, and that'll retire the leadoff batter there. A tremendous throw by the Oilmen shortstop for the first out of the inning. That was Charlie Scazzoni. Just making a nice play, charging in on it, throwing across his momentum for the first out there.
Yes, Scazzoni was practicing that in warm-ups, doing that same exact sidearm throw. And practice like you play. Did the same exact thing there.
Certainly a tremendous play. One of the best we've seen today is the first pitch to Summers. It's called a strike. Summers, the second baseman. He's had a busy day defensively, getting to get some hacks in for the first time. Takes another strike there. Batting out on the 9 spot, hoping to set the table for Gould in the top of the order.
Hello. What's up, bro?
So the 0-2 pitch from Ostrowski.
So, but I don't know,
high for a ball.
Like they were trying on their Facebook, and then
make it a 1-2 count.
Facebook, and then we're trying authentication, but then Facebook was acting up for some reason.
So Ostrowski, the right-hander from
So then Andrew just had to go directly.
Lockport Township. Swing and a miss for strike 2 there, so the count will be even up.
So I'm gonna go.
Spent some time at Joliet Junior College, now is at Trinity, playing for his current summer manager, Adam Enright. Pitch called a ball in the outside corner, so we'll go full here.
Ostrowski has really been hitting his spots. That one was right there. Good take there by Summers.
He's been looking for that. If you're the right-handed batter, that outside corner spot is low. And he gets the swing and a miss there for strike 3. Count goes the distance, but Ostrowski gets the result he wants and gets the swing and miss and strikeout. Looks like he had the pitch with a little bit of movement off speed and just a good spot there as it trailed away from the batter for the punch-out. So now with 2 outs, Michael Gould, the top of the order, comes up to the plate here. He's playing center field. Last time up he walked, advanced to third, but did not cross the plate. Takes the first pitch he sees for a ball. Now you're seeing the pitcher for the second time. You can adjust your approach. You know what worked last time. And on the flip side, Ostrowski knows maybe and he's got a good eye and not to try to pitch around too much to him. That one low but swing and miss for strike 1. Counts even at 1.
Yeah, this last inning or so, Ostrowski's just been attacking the Generals hitters. It has worked so far. We'll see how the Generals adjust to that.
The 1-1 pitch. Another off-speed offering for strike 2. Strowski's showing some good movement on these pitches as well, as that one dropped pretty steadily.
All right. Yeah, but yeah, we'll get it figured out. I'm sure.
The 1-2 count for the right-hander. Righty-righty matchup. One called on the outside corner, strike 3. So Ostrowski retires his side in 1-2-3 fashion. Score remains 1-0 Oilmen after 3 innings here at LaFond. You're watching on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
When you hire certified electrician contractors, you're getting the best. But just as important as our skill and expertise is our culture of safety. We know it's important to you, and we know it's important to them. Certified Electrician represents the NECA IBEW team, a team where safety and productivity go hand in hand. It's why our jobs finish on time and on budget. It's why owners that use us are repeat customers. Certified Electrician, working together, powering Northwest Indiana.
I've never seen ads on top of the roof where it's helping the community.
So there's a new pitcher in the game for Joliet here to start the 4th inning. As we mentioned, talking about maybe there might be a leash on Avery, as now it'll be Savadupur, the right-hander from Bolingbrook, Illinois, throwing here, or Glenview, Illinois. He pitches collegiately at Wisconsin Whitewater. He was ranked the number 54 pitcher in his high school class, and he'll be doing the throwing against the Oilmen.
Avery pitched pretty well for the most part of the game. And even the run he gave up, you know. The Oilmen just played some great baseball.
Yeah, it was just kind of small ball for the Oilmen. He just allowed, we saw only 2 base runners. One of them came across the plate to score. Obviously, on the first day, it's a stat line you feel pretty happy about, as he showed some good stuff. The 4 strikeouts as well were pretty impressive. So that would be Duport, probably just keeping the pitch count low, and Joe Silva, knowing it's a long summer, don't want to see him go too deep into the game just this early. This is now the first pitch to the shortstop. This is called a ball, or a strike, as that'll be Charlie Coney coming up. Last time out, he flew out to right field. That was a deep fly out, too. So he's quickly down 0-2, fouls that one away. Not wasting much time swinging against the new pitcher. That one was hit high and deep. Maybe if there was a little wind blowing out, that one would have traveled out, but that one was caught on the warning. Muha. So Coney steps into the left-handed box, down 0-2, facing the right-hander, Duport. He takes the high breaking ball and drills that one out towards right field. He grabs first base, turns the corner, but stays up there. Leadoff single for the Oilman shortstop.
It's a good piece of hitting by Sitzkovia there.
That one looked like it was a breaking ball coming in, just left it maybe a little too high, so Coney was able to level up on that one and drive it right through the gap between first and second base and into the outfield for a good leadoff single.
Yeah, absolutely. Duport would probably like that a bit lower, starts in the middle and go lower.
So Nick Anderson, the right-hander, steps into the box here. Big open stance as he takes the first pitch for a ball. As a leadoff runner on, we'll see what kind of lead Coney gets off to. Strides off to about two or three steps. Duport settles up on the mound, gets the sign, fires towards the plate. Another breaking ball fouled away, makes it a 2-1 count, or 1-1 count.
It's a good breaking ball there by Duport. Jammed right in on the hands of Anderson.
Yeah, that's one of even with it. There's not much you're going to be able to do with it. Probably just send it right up to one of the infielders. 1-1 pitch. in the zone, swing and a miss for a strike, but says Coney swipes second base there as that one was jammed up just in front of Cisneros, the catcher. A good pitch there and a tough swing by Anderson, but was unable to size that one up for any contact. So he finds himself down 1-2. DePore looks over to second base, throws towards the plate, up high for a ball, so we even up things up at 2.
Siskovi took second there, got a really good jump. And with that pitch being in the dirt, really no chance for the Generals to throw him out at second.
So he finds himself in scoring position here as DePore looks towards the plate, looks at the runner again, lets this one fly, and it's driven out to left field. Stewart back pedaling towards the track. That one drops just ahead of the wall. Coney gets third base, rounds the corner. He's being sent home, and he will score. RBI double for Nick Anderson, and the Oilmen find themselves up 2-0 here off that hard rip to left field.
Nick Anderson hit that ball right at the wall. I thought that had a chance. The way Stewart looked up, you thought, well, this ball is out of here. And on the cutoff, Bryce Vincent looked like he had a play at home, but just the little bobble.
That was all he needed to get across the plate there. That slight hesitation just gave Coney the time to swipe the bag there. We saw it slide as now Marshall bunts that one over to third base, gets to the bag just in time. So the bunt will advance Anderson to third base, put runners on the corners. Still nobody out here for the Oilmen.
Great bunt there by Marshall. Just like perfect bunt down the third base line.
That one rolled, but didn't roll enough that it was going to go out of bounds. It basically came to a stop, so Biggers had to charge in on it, make the throw over. But at that point, Marshall was already at first base, so now Chaz Clark comes to the box with runners on the corners and nobody out. Last time up, Clark grounded out to second base. He fouls away the first pitch he sees. So the Oilmen threatening to score some more here. Lead 2-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. Nobody out here. Runners on first and second. It'll be Marshall on first and Anderson on third. Clark, the left-hander, facing the right-hander in DePore. He sends that bender outside for a ball. So this could be one of those opportunities where it's only a 2-0 game, but if you're the Generals, you can get out of it and still get some momentum knowing that you stifled what could have been a bigger inning. But for the Oilmen, if you get these runners across, it could be even bigger, as now Marshall's in motion. The throw from Cisneros not in time, so he swipes second there. So now both men are in scoring position.
The Oilmen have had a couple great base running plays, taking a couple bags, scoring home on that last play by Siskovi.
I think that's what any manager wants to see, is smart base running. Those are those errors that drive coaches crazy. So Adam Enright has to be smiling there in the dugout, knowing how smooth his runners have been on the base paths as Clark flies that one near the third base side out of play. So make it a 2-2 count. Deuce is in the count. Nobody out here. Runners on second and third. The Oilmen lead 2-0 here. Clark plays at Xavier University in Louisiana. 2-2 pitch. Another curveball up high, though, for ball 3. So some good spin on that pitch from DePore, but that one was just maybe a little too high.
It's the second time the pitch has just gone a little bit high. If he's able to locate it and get that, can use that same drop, will be a really good pitch.
So now the payoff pitch to the Oilman left-hander. And looked like that similar pitch, but that was too high again for ball 4. So Clark will load the bases with that walk there. Bring Kyle Zarnecki to the box with the bases juiced. And nobody out still. So this could be a big momentum swing here in this ballgame if the Oilmen can crack it open. But then again, if the Generals get out of it, they could get some added confidence. We'll just see what happens here.
And there is a force at home to keep in mind. The Generals get something hard hit, third or first, or the pitcher.
Zarnicki lifts that one up to left field, nearing the line. Stutz slides and makes the grab, but Marshall will be sent home to make that 3-0 Oilmen. That was Anderson that scores there off the sacrifice fly from Zarnicki.
Stewart made a great play on that ball. Thought maybe he was a bit too far away, but is able to make a sliding catch there.
So the runners at first and second will stay put. The Oilmen now lead 3-0 with one out here, and that brings Joe Kazenza up to the plate, the third baseman for the Oilmen. Takes the first pitch from Duport up high for a ball.
Duport would love to locate something low to maybe induce a double play ball to get out of this inning.
The middle infielders are still pretty deep back as Kazenza takes another pitch. That's time for a strike, so the count evens up at 1.
And for how this inning started, if you're only giving up 2 if you're Duport, I think you take that certainly and put your team in a position to win this game.
So the 1-1 count. The right-handed batter, Kazenza. And one with some nice movement, called a strike. He's just able to deposit that one in the top portion of the zone, as it looked like it maybe was going to go high, but it just dropped. I think that's the pitch he's been looking for, as he gets it in a really good spot. So now we go 1-2. Here in the top of the 4th inning, the Oilmen lead 3-0. Another good bender, this time just too high, though, for ball 2.
Duport is really loving that curveball. He's trying to start it behind the batter almost, and trying to catch the inside part of the plate on the righty.
Sometimes if you leave that high curveball up, though, that one could end up with extra bases, as we might have seen so far today. But still, when he locates it, it looks like a good pitch. And a swing and a miss there for strike 3. It's just like that, Duport gets the second out of this inning.
That's a great setup by Duport. You go, it was a breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball. They're sitting on a breaking ball now, fastball. It's really tough to adjust as a hitter to that speed. You've seen so many breaking balls from Duport so far.
So now 2 outs in the inning. The Oilmen lead by 3 runs. But for the Generals, they might have a chance to get out of this and get their bats back up, as Cannon takes that one for a strike.
Duport seeming to settle in now. Another good fastball in the corner.
So Duport comes into this game in the 4th inning. A lot of pair of runs, but he still looks to be dealing pretty well up there as the 0-1 pitch, high for a ball. So the count evens up at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 men on, and the Oilmen lead by 3 runs here in the top of the 4th. Cannon, the 9-hitter, in the box here. Graduate of Plainfield South. Low for a ball, make it a 2-1 count. So that's Marshall on second base, Clark on first. Cannon in the right-handed box. The lights starting to take full effect here at Fun Stadium. This one outside for ball 3. 3-1 count. See if the Oilmen can load the bags once again.
Be interesting to see if Duport goes back to that fastball. After first strike, 3 straight balls.
And 3-1 pitch. Looked like that was the fastball. Grounded over to Vincent at short. He makes the easy play there over to second base. So Duport gets out of this jam, but not before giving up a pair of runs as the Oilmen extend this lead to 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. We're watching on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Football legend Tom Flores, a.k.a. the Iceman, a.k.a. the first Latino quarterback and head coach ever, a.k.a. why isn't he in the hall yet? Well, Coors Light is going to do something about it.
I'll drink to that.
Have have a student headed to college this fall? If so, you probably have questions, and the best place to find answers is Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is in your community and offers hundreds of options. Best of all, our tuition is a fraction of the cost of colleges. Complete a free application today.
You guys are crushing it. See how 8 grams of healthy protein and Land of Rust premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns.
I'm getting shredded!
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium Meat.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Leo Staudaher, Adam Oppenheim back with you here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So we saw the Oilmen were able to strike twice there, get 2 runs across the plate to make this a 3-0 game, and it's still Jake Ostrowski on the mound for Northwest Indiana. We saw Joliet went to the pen. As Cooper Avery had a solid day, but probably just pitch count type stuff as we see a lot of that early season. We'll see how long Edmund Wright rolls with Jake Ostrowski, getting him settled in here to his 2022 Northern League debut, as he's facing Brennan Fisher, powerful swinging left-handed batter playing first base today for Joliet. Last time up, Fisher grounded out to second base. As he sets with the open stance, takes the first pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Yeah, Fisher and Vincent in that semifinal series against the Crestwood Panthers, they just let the power display on full effect. As he cracks that one over to first base. Marshall can't get the glove on it, but DeShazer does. Flips it back over to Ostrowski, who can't quite contain it. Trips up on the bag, and the ball pops out of the glove there. So Fisher gets to first base on what would have been a tough play to make, regardless. But that backhanded flip from DeShazer might have just been a little off the mark. Ostrowski, we saw, had to lean just out of play there and risk getting in the way of Fisher there to put the base runner on.
That felt like a really slow developing play that was going to be super close no matter what happened, just in between first and second. Ostrowski did a really good job getting off the mound. I think he got to the bag in time.
Yeah, it was just that throw was a little off the mark, and that was all it took. But the pitcher did a good job of getting involved in the field there. As now Bryce Vincent at the box with nobody out and a man on. He pokes that one over to shortstop. The Oilmen try to turn 2 there, but it looks like the ball popped out of the glove of DeShazer. So they get the lead runner there, but pitcher gets on base.
It's one of those transfer things. Is if they catch it in the glove and they lose it on the transfer, they still get the out, but would have been a pretty easy double play as Vincent hit that one hard and on one hop.
And it was right to where Coney was positioned, too. He really didn't have to move at all for it. Just made the toss over, but looked like DeShazer dropped on the transition, and so that puts another runner on. So the Generals still have life here with 1 out and a man on first base with Jake Muha in the box here. Muha watches that one go by for strike 1. So the Generals, this is the part of the order you want up if you're trying to come back here. Fisher got on base. Vincent got on base. I mean, fielder's choice a little bit there, but still, they're being productive here. Swing and a miss for strike 2. They're going to make whoever's pitching work. That's what we've seen them do to Ostrowski so far. Jimmy Cisneros on deck. Dino Biggers comes up after him. Heart of the order for Joliet here. There's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away for another strike there, so we'll continue going. The Oilmen and Generals only played once here at LaFun last. Generals came out on top in that one near the end of the season. They're playing here for the first time in 2022. On a somewhat cloudy Monday night, but they will play, and that one dropped right in the shallow right field for another base hit for the Generals. Relay throw bounces around a little bit, but the runners stay put at first and second. Good rip there for Muha.
Muha's had a couple very strong at-bats. That one's able to get into right field easily. Ostrowski's looked really good the last inning, but now it's starting to get touched up a bit.
And now the heart of the order for Joliet, seeing him a second time, being able to put the bat on the ball a little bit more and put it in fair territory. As Jimmy Cisneros, the catcher, grounded out to first base last time up, takes that one up high for a ball.
It'll be interesting to see how Ostrowski works with runners on.
Keeps his glove hand pretty high up, covering his face when he's awaiting the signal. And the 1-0 pitch to Cisneros, fouled away, makes it a 1-1 count. Evened up at 1 here. Vincent on second base, Muha on first. Cisneros in the box. It'll be Ostrowski on the mound doing the throwing here. Ostrowski, Lockport Township graduate. Swing and miss for strike 2. Former Chicago Cub All-Star and current broadcaster Ron Coomer went to Lockport, so they share that same connection, playing ball for the Porters. The 1-2 count. Cisneros, the right-hander, at the plate. Ostrowski fires at the runners. Go for the double steal. That one skied near third base. And Cisconi secures it in the glove as Vincent and Muhag make it back to their base in time.
I do not think the Oilmen were expecting that double steal, but fortunately for them, Cisneros pops up and the runners retreat fast back to their bases.
Yeah, you saw the runners looked a little scared there as they were risking being caught in no man's land there, but I think fortunately for Vincent, the runner on second, was that Cisconi, the shortstop, was shaded so far to his right that there was no chance he was going to be able to make it to the bag in time. So now with 2 outs here, it'll be Dino Biggers, the left-hander batter, coming up to the bat for Joliet. Ostrowski looks at Vincent on second and fires towards the plate. Blows that one up high for strike 1. So 0-1 count to Biggers with runners on first and second. 2 outs here. His team trailing by 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ostrowski gets the sign from Zarnecki. Launches that one towards the plate. Lifted up to shallow short left field. As it's once again Cisconi making the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. So Joliet puts some base runners on but can't get anything across the plate. After 4 innings, the score remains Northwest Indiana Oilmen 3, Joliet General 0. You're watching on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Beach is just too hot. I mean, God, look at it. It's making the sand burn, the mouth dry, the skin cry. I mean, everything's just... Oh, there's Coors Light. Well-mouthed desert, meet ice-cold beer. Mountain cold refreshment. That's chill.
You didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't know Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra. Now, you do.
Wait! Let me hear Lando Frost. Premium meat. Delicious. And no byproducts.
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay.
Whee!
Make the smart choice. Lando Frost Premium Meat.
I am a success. I am the future.
I am.
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 I am Ivy Tech Community College.
Are you?
Welcome back to Lee Fun Stadium. Dupar still the pitcher on the mound for the Generals. Generals had first and second and were unable to score in the bottom of the inning. So we will see the top of the Oilmen order to start. Will be Baker, the leadoff hitter, Chris Baker. South Holland, Illinois, takes that one inside. The count is 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count is even at 1 to the first batter in the inning, Baker.
We'll see how DePore adjusts now after giving up a few runs last inning. Now getting a clean inning to work with here, facing the top of the order. Who hasn't seen him yet, but he's shown some good movement on that curveball.
Real good take there from Baker.
Baker's a veteran player, having played in this league a little bit before, and like the college career, knew well enough to lay off that one.
Count is now 3-2 on Baker. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that is fouled off barely by Baker.
It looked like he was like trying to lean away from that one and might clip the bat a little bit. It was a weird foul tip, but nonetheless the count remains full here.
So we'll do the 3-2 again to Baker. Sets and fires, and that one's low, and Baker draws a walk. Good at-bat there.
It's the second walk of the day for Baker, so you'll certainly take that, just finding ways to get on base there.
So now here is DeShazer, a second hitter. The runner on first is Baker. Here is the first pitch to him. That's upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Facing the top of this lineup. Zisconi on deck. Created some trouble early in this game for the Generals.
DeShazer has a pair of strikeouts on the day, so he's going to try to change that. Doing a good job taking some pitches here from DePore.
As DePore takes that one low. The count is 2-0 on. And the runner goes, and it's fouled back by DeShazer. Good jump there from Baker, it looked like. But I'll have to go back to first on the foul ball.
Baker got a good read on that one, but DeShazer couldn't put it in play, but that could have been a well-executed hit and run if he was able to drop something in the outfield there.
It's 2-1 now on DeShazer. Oilmen lead 3-0. Here's the pitch. Just low. And the count is 3-1. See how aggressive the Oilmen are here. Trying to build on to a 3-0 lead. Here's Dupar. And that one's fouled down the first base line, and the count is full. Second straight batter who's pushed Dupar full.
It's kind of what you want to do going against a relief pitcher. Force him to go up there, throw a lot of pitches, because for relievers, you're coming in for a short effort. So if you can get him to throw multiple pitches, go to his second or third option, you can do a good job of taxing him.
So we'll do the 3-2 of DePore, and he fouls it back into the stands. Oilmen were able to push two across in the top of the fourth inning. Now in the top of the fifth. Dupor set to fire the 3-2 again. That one's upstairs, and back-to-back walks for the Oilmen. And some more trouble here possibly for the Generals.
Back-to-back walks to lead off an inning, that's something every manager wants to see. You certainly think he's got to be happy with that because you're taking a lot of pitches from your opponent and putting runners on.
So here is Cody, the shortstop, who's already made some plays on both sides of the ball
Yeah, we saw him with a good rip last time up. Came around and scored that second run of the game for the Oilmen and made some nice throws as well.
Listed at 6'3". Definitely looks like one of the bigger players we have today. Very tall. Now the 1-0 to Sisconi. Duport sets and fires. And that one's on the inside corner, and the count is even at 1.
So it was that leadoff single in the top of the fourth inning that really propelled the Oilmen to that big inning we saw last time. It was Sisconi, the one that got that leadoff single. So we'll see if he has a similar rip in his bat this time.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that one's drilled into right field. And coming home and scoring is Baker. And advancing a second is Sisconi, but he's thrown out there. A good relay from the Generals. Kind of a wacky relay from right to first. And over to Vincent at shortstop at second base to take Sisconi out. Nevertheless, an RBI there. RBI single. It will be ruled as Baker scores. DeShazer advances to third.
It was a good play from Sisconi there. You would have liked to see him stay safe there, but still he was able to get a run across the plate, move the runner to third. Have to be happy with that as the Oilmen put another run on the board.
As Duport now pitches to Anderson, and he fouls that one back. And the count is 0-1. Duport sets and fires the 0-1 pitch, and that one's fouled, and he's in a hole now, 0-2. And here is the 0-2 pitch from Duport, and that one's lined up the middle into center field. And that scores DeShazer. And the Oilmen put another one up on the board and now lead 5-0.
That was some good action there by Anderson, going low in the zone to kind of golf that one into center field. He had to bring those hands down low, make contact with that one that had some bite to it, and get the RBI single there.
So still one out here in the top of the fifth inning. And Marshall strides to the plate against Duport. And Marshall takes a swing at that one. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Comes the 0-1 to Marshall. He grounds that one to the second baseman Summers, flips it over to Vincent, mishandles it, and safe at first is Marshall, excuse me. So a fielder's choice there. Vincent, that one little bobble cost him possible play, but the Generals get out there, and now they have 2 outs and a runner on first.
Even though they couldn't turn 2, though, the Generals still did a good job of getting that first out there. There was a nice relay over by Summers at second base, just making the backhanded toss to Vincent, because we saw Marshall was off to a good start there, and he was still able to retire him.
Here's Duport, and that one's low and inside. On the batter, Clark. Chaz Clark.
Saw Clark reach on a 6-pitch walk last time up in the fourth inning.
Here's the 1-0 to Clark, and that one's outside, and the count is 2-0 quickly. Duport's done a pretty good job with location this inning. The Oilmen have just had some really nice hits to all parts of the field. So here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's a breaking ball in there for a strike.
The Oilmen have done a good job of spreading around that contact, too, hitting it to the outfield at a few different locations. Definitely the spray chart's looking good today.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. The runner takes off, and that one's fouled back. very aggressive on the base pass now are the Oilmen. As Anderson is looking to take second there. Possible hit and run. But Clark fouls it back.
So we've seen that a couple times where the Oilmen put the runner in motion but also swing at the plate. Just can't quite put it in play yet, but they're aggressive trying for the hit and run.
Here's Dupour. Now the 2-2 pitch. And that one's fouled back. Right near the soccer net in the grass field. Behind Lee Fond Field. Here in Carroll Stream, Illinois. Opening day for the Northern League. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Dupour. That one's way outside. And the count is full on Clark.
Once again, Clark taking a lot of pitches here at the plate. He's did a good job of that last time up, needing 6 for the walk, and is following in a similar suit this time up.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Fouls it back.
Just off somebody's bumper in the parking lot.
So why you gotta park a little further back in the lot.
You changed parking spots too, didn't you? Got further away?
Yeah. You know, I went behind the right field foul pole, but now I'm buried between cars. Helps that you have a short car, though. That's certainly. Here's the 3-2 again, and that one's cracked into right field, coming on, and that ball drops right in front. And the runner heading over to third is Anderson, and that's Marshall, and that is a good knock for Clark there.
That was a good piece of contact there as it was skied up pretty high, but still dropped fast enough that even though Muha was able to get to the good spot, it dropped just before he was able to get there. But Muha did a good job cutting it off to prevent any extra bases there, but still runners on the corners. Oilmen are threatening here.
Yeah, Muha seemed to play very deep there. It looked like he came a long way and almost made the catch. Just drops in front of him. So here is Zarnecki, and then he takes that one outside. For ball 1. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. The Oilmen have tagged a couple runs here. Had 2 last inning as well. That one's dropped in there. Breaking ball. Strike 1. One count. To Zarnecki. Taking second easily is Clark.
That one was uncontested after a really good pitch for a strike from Dupour. He finds himself in a good spot with the 1-2 count here.
Now ahead in the count 1-2. For maybe an exclamation mark to end this inning. After the Oilmen scoring 2, here's Dupour. Here is the pitch. That one's outside. A good block by Cisneros, preventing Marshall from scoring. Count is even at 2. On Zarnecki, the 7-hitter. Dupour takes the sign for Cisneros and fires. Foul tip, and Cisneros is not able to squeeze it. And we'll do it again. Runner on second and third for the Oilmen. Here's the pitch. Just got a piece of it with Zarnecki.
Zarnecki doing a good job here, staying alive at the plate. Hasn't been able to put it just in play yet, but it's just fouling off those pitches away, even if they're not ones he can drive. He's taking them, forcing Dupour here to go back into his arsenal of pitches and find something he can get the out on.
Yeah, spoiling some pitches here, certainly. Those outside breaking balls down and away are hard to hit. So we will try the 2-2 again with Duport, who fires. And that one's grounded to the shortstop, Vincent, coming on and charging, throwing to first. They get the out at first. So the Oilmen score 2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. You are listening to the Indiana Oilmen.
Football legend Tom Flores, a.k.a. the Iceman, a.k.a. the first Latino quarterback and head coach ever, a.k.a. why isn't he in the hall yet? Well, Coors Light is going to do something about it.
I'll drink to that.
Have a student headed to college this fall? If so, you probably have questions, and the best place to find answers is Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is in your community and offers hundreds of options. Best of all, our tuition is a fraction of the cost of other colleges. Complete a free application today.
You guys are crushing it. See how 8 grams of healthy protein and Land of Rust premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasted and bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded!
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium Meat.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Welcome back to Lee Fun Fields. Oilmen were able to tack on 2 in the top of the 5th inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th now. Jake Ostrowski still on the mound for his 5th inning of work. He's looked very sharp so far.
Ostrowski getting the nod to go back out for the 5th inning here. He's a pretty solid day of work against a tough general lineup. They've been able to get some action against him last time up, but he still worked through it after having 2 base runners on. He's able to get 2 groundouts over to short to end the inning.
Yeah, we'll see if the Generals, if they get on base, they'll be aggressive like they were looking to last inning with a double steal. But it was canceled by a pop-up by the Generals.
So we've seen 3 strikeouts from Ostrowski so far, and after walking the leadoff batter, he hasn't walked anyone else, so he's just doing a good job of throwing strikes, forcing contact, and getting some outs.
And here is Jimmy Cisneros at the plate, I believe. Actually, check that, CJ Terrones at the plate, the 7-hitter for the Generals. Ostrowski fires that one. Takes that one low, and the count is 1-0. Ostrowski set to fire the 1-0 pitch. Pumps that one in there for a strike on the inside corner. And the count is even at 1. Ostrowski gets the sign. Now delivers a beautiful breaking ball over the heart of the plate. Strike 2.
That was in a really good spot. It looked like it was going to go up high and then just came right down into the top of the zone for a strike.
See if he tries to get Terrones to chase. Ostrowski, the 1-2 pitch on the way. That one's down away, and the count is even at 2. Two pitch on the way to Terrones. Fouls it right over the Oilmen dugout. On the line. So it stays even. Generals looking for some action from the bottom of their lineup like they saw from the top last inning. Terrones looking to get on as he hits that one slightly towards the first base line, but it is foul. Right near Marshall. Your 2-2 pitch on the outside corner. Caught him looking. Beautiful pitch there from Ostrowski. Brings up another Generals batter.
Ostrowski did a really good job of mixing up location in that at-bat. We saw him go high a few times inside, and then that payoff pitch, the strikeout on the outside corner, just keeping the general hitter guessing there.
Now brings up Tom Stoop. Well, the eighth hitter in the lineup for the Generals, that is. Here's the first pitch, starts him off with a high breaking ball. Counts 1-0. Strowski down and in. Counts 2-0. Haven't seen him fall behind many batters at all.
He's just doing a good job of setting the tone early with these early strikes in the at-bat and attacking the hitters.
2-0 pitch from Ostrowski. As that one's into right center field. And he's going to take second. Maybe try to head for third. And there he goes. Heading for third is Stout. And he slides in there safely with a one-out triple from Tom Stout.
That was just a well-hit ball into the gap there, and it took a favorable roll after dropping right between the center fielder and right fielder, Baker, and found Cannon, and just continued to roll to the warning track, giving him some extra time to get on his horse and make it over to third base.
And now up is Will Summers, the second baseman. Looking to put something in play to get a run across for the Generals, which would be their first of the season. Instead, Ostrowski pumps one in there for strike one on the fastball. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Ostrowski. Got him swinging. Summers quickly down 0-2.
Like Ostrowski bringing the heat too on both of these strikes, just going with the fastball right after giving up the big triple. Not being afraid to go into the strike zone after giving up a hit.
Won't be surprised to see a breaking ball here. Got him on the outside corner looking. Ostrowski's got struck out two Generals looking on a pitch on the outside. And 2 outs, runner on third for the Generals. Top of the lineup is Michael Gold.
He'll make his 5th strikeout of the day. He's just been nailing that spot on the outside corner for the strikeout there.
Here is Michael Gould. Takes that first one just a bit high and away. Tom Stute able to get a triple into the right center gap with 1 out. Here is the 1-0 pitch. And that one is fouled back by Gould. Count is 1-1 on the leadoff hitter Gould. As he drives that one to center field. And that will get down. And the Generals get on the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning. An RBI knock for Gould. And it's 5-1 Oilmen now.
There's a good ball there from Gould there. It was hit well enough to get in the center field, but hit short enough that Baker wasn't able to make a play and send the run in to score there. And you love seeing 2-out contact like that, just being able to shorten up the swing, get the base hit, and send the run across the plate.
The top of the lineup has provided a lot of action here for the Generals. Here's Brennan Fisher. As Gould takes off, and boy, he got a great jump there. Was already moving before Ostrowski even released the ball by quite a few seconds there.
He was off to a really hot start there. Ostrowski just threw towards the plate, and Oilman didn't even try to make a play there.
And the count is 0-1, though, on Fisher. Runner in scoring position is Gould. Generals looking to chip away at this deficit. Fisher fouls that one back. Way behind the Generals' dugout. And the count is 0-2 on Brennan Fisher.
Looks like we might be seeing some activity in the Oilmen bullpen as a couple of relievers made their way down there. Probably not ready to enter the game just yet. Probably thinking about the next inning of work there. I'm sure Adam Enright is going to let Ostrowski just get his way out of this inning. He's already got the 2 outs here.
Here's Ostrowski. And is fouled back again. Trying to get Fisher to chase something there on 0-2, but he fouls it back. we'll do the 0-2 again, and that one is fouled back as well. A good battle here by Brennan Fisher and Drake Ostrowski, who's been tough all day long and all night. Two outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brennan Fisher, the lefty, is in. And fires home to Brennan Fisher, and that one gets by. And taking third is Michael Gould.
Good eye there by Fisher to lay off that one after Ostrowski was going in the strike zone early in this count. Tried getting a fish for one down low, but he was smart enough to lay off it.
Gets by the catcher, Zarnicki. There. One, two here to Fisher. That one is past the shortstop, and the Generals are able to put another one on the board. Brennan Fisher with RBI hit. Michael Gould with some great base running. Steals second. Gets the third on a wild pitch. As easily scores home on a base hit.
And that's what we saw so much of from Brennan Fisher last season, was just doing a good job of hitting with runners on base, being able to muscle that one out to the outfield, get the run across the plate. And now Joliet showing some signs of life here, trailing by just 3 after putting a 2-spot on the board with probably one of their best hitters at the plate here.
Yeah, here is Bryce Vincent. MVP last year for a strike. Here is the 0-1, and Vincent fouls it back, barely getting a piece of it. Here is the 0-2 pitch to Bryce Vincent. Fouls that breaking ball back. Did a good job staying back on that one with his weight. Is able to stay alive. Ostrowski having the toughest inning he's had so far throughout his 5. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Ostrowski. In the dirt, and the count is 1-2. And he has looked really sharp for the most part today. One-two to Vincent. Fouls it back to the net. Generals working out some longer at-bats here, as they've seen more pitches from Ostrowski. Runner on first is Brennan Fisher. 5-2 Oilmen. Ostrowski fires to Vincent, and that one is popped into center field. See who makes the catch, and making the catch is the shortstop, Cisnecki. And that will end the bottom of the 5th inning, but not before the Generals score their first runs of the game. They put up 2, 5-2 Oilmen as we head to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Northwest Indiana Oilmen Baseball.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
In the sunshine, everybody loves the sunshine.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
Leo Staudaher, Adam Oppenheim back with you here for the top of the 6th inning. The Generals making some substitutions around here. It'll be Will Janes coming up to do the throwing, the right-hander, and they have some defensive. They move around a little bit defensively as Jimmy Cisneros moves from catcher to third base. Replacing him at catcher will be Will Summers, moving from second base to catcher, and then Dino Biggers moves from third to second base. So Janes on the mound, Summers at catcher, Cisneros at third, and Biggers at second base. And it will be Cosenza batting for the Oilmen. Last time up, he struck out, looking for his first base hit of the day. Facing the white right-hander, plays collegiately at Western Illinois, a native of Aurora, Will Janes.
Yeah, he's appeared in 7 contests as a relief pitcher in 7 innings.
And we see Cosenza cracks that one. Foul territory right field, drops out of play. So that'll make it a 1-2 count.
That one had a chance to get down there.
It was one
right field, but it just kept hooking.
If it landed in play, it could have been a really good spot there, but it just hooked a little too far to the right for a foul ball. So it counts 1-2 at the plate for the leadoff hitter, Cosenza. Third baseman. He muscles that one over to shortstop to Vincent, who throws on the hop over to first base in time for the first out of this inning. So the first batter of the inning for the Oilmen goes down 6-3 ground out. Bryce Vincent, who's been pretty busy today in the middle of the infield, and handled that one pretty easily.
Yeah, both shortstops on both teams have gotten a ton of balls, even on that last play in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Here's the 2021 graduate of Plainfield South High School, Tyler Fomacannon. Plays collegiately at Dayton. Takes that one for a ball. So the Oilmen lead the Generals 5-2 here. Joliet, an impressive inning last time up, putting 2 on the board. As he takes that one for a strike. We've seen the Oilmen have also put up a 2 spot the last 2 times. 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. To go with 1 in the 2nd. Joliet put up 2 in the 5th. As that one's taken for a strike, makes it a 1-2 count. So top of the 6th inning here. The sun's all but gone here as we're nearing 9 o'clock. The lights fully illuminating the field at LaFond Stadium in Carroll Stream. 1-2 pitch fouled away, so Fomacannon going to stay alive here. The Oilmen looking to start off their 2022 season with a win here, facing the team they saw in last year's championship series, the Joliet Generals. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So now 2 outs here with the top of the order coming up after that big punch out.
Will Janes has looked good so far. His deliveries look smooth, and he's hitting his spots early. That was a great fastball there.
Yes, he's retired the first 2 batters he faces. Now he's taking on Chris Baker, leadoff hitter for the Oilmen. Baker has a pair of walks and a ground out to show on his lineup card today. Takes that first pitch for a ball. And Janes coming in relief and has done a solid job just throwing strikes up there. 1-0 pitch outside for a ball, making it 2-0. was able to induce the ground out by Kazenza and then struck out from a cannon. 2-0 pitch, make that 2-1 as he blows the strike in. Baker doesn't offer. Baker, the left-handed batter, facing the right-handed pitcher on the mound for Joliet. Takes another one for a strike. Good spot in the corner from Janes.
Janes' fastballs look sharp. See if he goes to a breaking ball here on 2-2. It's top of the lineup for the Oilmen have been tough to get out. Pretty much the entire lineup, actually.
And then we'll go full here after Baker lays off that one in the dirt, low and away. That's what the top of the order's been doing, too. He's been taking a lot of pitches. We're seeing 5 and counting so far from Baker. Payoff pitch, fouled away. So we'll do it again here. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Nobody on. Oilmen lead the Generals 5-2 in the top of the 6th inning here. Baker, the lefty, standing in at 6 foot. Takes that one for ball 4. He finds his 3rd free pass of the day. Just keep the Oilmen alive here with 2 outs and send C.J. DeShazer up to the box here with 2 outs and a man on.
Yeah, Baker's had a great day at the plate, seen a lot of pitches, taking a lot of pitches.
Turning those pitches into trips on base as he gets his 3rd walk of the day as DeShazer doesn't offer the first pitch he sees from Janes for a ball. 1-0 is the count. 2 outs and a runner on first base for the left-hander. DeShazer takes that up high for a ball. DeShazer, a Hanover Park, Illinois. Here's the count as that one gets past the catcher, Summers, and allows Baker to get to second base uncontested. 2 outs, runner on second base. 3-1 is the count. Janes gets the sign from his catcher. Looks over to the runner on second base, fires towards the plate. That's up high for ball 4. So another walk for the Oilmen here. Puts runners on first and second.
Yeah.
We'll see. Charlie says Coney up to the box here. Each time he comes up, he gives a wave over to our camera behind the plate, making the most of his airtime. And he makes the most of that that pitch as he sends it to shallow right field, but just into the glove of Muha. That one drops out, so says Coney making it all the way over to third base, slides in there. 2 runs come across the plate. So on that drop fly ball, the Oilmen get a pair of runs to extend this lead to 7-2. Crazy turn of events there. That'll be most likely an error to the right fielder there that scores 2. Makes it 7-2 Oilmen.
Yeah, it looked like Muha had it, but maybe possibly lost in the light. But either way, the Oilmen score again.
Nick Anderson comes to the box here with a runner on third base. This team now up by 5, and that's what the Oilmen have doing is he's been consistently tacking on runs at the plate. 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and now 2 in the 6th here. Anderson doesn't swing at that one, makes it a 2-0 count. Yeah, whoever says Coney's waving 2 back home has to feel pretty happy after that as he puts his team up by 2 extra runs. He's a threat to score at third base. He just has some wheels on the base paths as well. As that one outside for ball 3. A good read to realize that one was going to pop out, get second base, and keep on going to third base. Three and 0 is the count at the plate. 2 outs. One up high, or just in the zone for a strike, make it 3-1 to Anderson at the plate. He struck out in the first inning, doubled homer run in the 4th, and then reached base on a fielder's choice last time up in the 5th. He cannot connect with that one, so they'll make it a full count here at 3-2. Janes, the 3rd pitcher of the day for the Generals, has a chance to get out of this one. Only 2 across the plate. Payoff pitch inside for ball 4. So the third walk of the inning for the Oilmen. We'll bring David Marshall to the box here with 2 men on. Runners on the corners. 2 outs here. Marshall has reached base 3 times today. Double in the second inning, a single in the 4th. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Cannot connect on that one, making it an 0-1 count. Marshall takes that one for a ball. 6'3" right-hander from College of DuPage. Even up at 1. So the righty Janes trying to get out of this one. Floats that one in for a ball. Make it 2-1. So he finds himself in a tough spot here, coming in relief. Team already trailing. Floodgates continue to remain open for the Oilmen as they make it 7-2 here after Joliet put up 2 last time up, and he cracks that one over to third base. Cisneros makes the throw on the run for the final out of this inning, so the Oilmen tack on 2 runs after getting that out there. They now lead the Joliet Generals 7-2. You're watching on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Football legend Tom Flores, a.k.a. the Iceman, a.k.a. the first Latino quarterback and head coach ever, a.k.a. why isn't he in the hall yet? Well, Coors Light is going to do something about it.
I'll drink to that.
Have a student headed to college this fall? If so, you probably have questions, and the best place to find answers is Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is in your community and offers hundreds of options. Best of all, our tuition is a fraction of the cost of other colleges. Complete a free application today.
You guys are crushing it. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasted and bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded.
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium Meat.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
You'll start her Adam Oppenheim back with you here for the bottom of the 6th inning here at the Fun Stadium, and it'll be Caleb Deal entering the game for the Oilmen after 5 solid innings of work from Jake Ostrowski, allowing just the 2 runs on 5 strikeouts and 1 walk today. A solid outing from the right-hander to start things off for the Oilmen. We're going to look at Deal, the right-hander from Gary, Indiana. His first action of the summer with the Oilmen night. And for the Generals, who'll be facing Muha, Cisneros, and Biggers at the plate. We'll just see what it is Deal has to work with on the mound. A little bit of a sidearm throwing motion on the mound. And the first pitch to Muha, 0 for a ball. Another 1-0 pitch from Deal. Away for a ball again. So we see Deal with kind of a sidearm throwing motion, slingshotting it towards the plate. Sometimes it's hard for, especially a left-handed batter facing the right-handed pitcher like that, to get a read on what's coming out of the hand. Two-0 pitch. Way for ball 3. Deal just trying to find the strike zone here.
The Oilmen have done a really good job of not allowing the Generals to get on with a ton of walks. The Generals, on the other hand, have struggled with it. But obviously, still, the first day trying to get everyone adjusted.
That one called a strike, making it a 3-1 count. So we'll see if the new pitcher, Deal, can continue that trend of keeping the walks down low, the strikeouts up. As the Oilmen lead the Generals 7-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. One fouled away, so we go full here. Deal's battled his way back into it. Over the first out of the inning. Deal awaits the sign from Zarnecki for the payoff pitch here. Launches this one towards the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Go around the horn there with the leadoff strikeout to Muha. They'll bring Jimmy Cisneros to the plate. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch from Deal. Fouled away for a strike. So 0-1 is the count to Cisneros, who started the day behind the plate, now moves over to third base. So Generals shifting around their defensive alignment as he dribbles that one over to first base. Marshall gets a glove on it, but cannot quite get the relay throw in time. That'll probably be an infield single as Marshall had to stretch all the way down to get to that one. Even if he made the play, that throw might not have been in time as he was pulled very far off the bag and Deal had to race over to first base. So that puts a base runner on with the 1 out. And Dino Biggers at the plate here.
Good hustle there by Cisneros. Diving attempt there would have been an insane play if it was to be made by Marshall. The throw not in time. And the Generals have a man on.
That's one where called a strike there, but even if he let that one go past, that could have rolled out far enough to the outfield. Maybe could have been extra bases for Cisneros, so he did a good job preventing that from happening. It is now Biggers in the plate with the 0-1 count, 1 out and a runner on first base. Swing and fouls that one away for strike 2. Just kind of tips it off the front of the plate. So he finds himself down 0-2 with 1 out. Northwest Indiana Oilmen lead the Joliet Generals 7-2 here in the first game of the 2022 Northern League season. We'll take a look at how some of the other teams around the league have fared tonight. Deal looks over to the base runner now, looks towards the plate. Gets that one up, and that's dribbled into the gap. It'll be another base hit for the Generals. They string together a pair of hits here. They're now threatening with 1 out here.
It's a good piece of hitting there by Biggers. Not trying to do too much with it, just takes the pitch, shoots it right into the gap between the shortstop and third baseman.
So now runners on first and second, just 1 out here, and it'll be C.J. Tarona's coming to the plate here, the designated hitter. He flew out to left field his first time up and struck out in the 5th inning. This will be his first time facing Deal tonight. Lays off that one for a ball. So 1-0 is the count. 1 out here. Generals, they put up 2 last inning, then the Oilmen answered with 2 runs of their own, making it a 7-2 score. Well outside for a ball, but the Oilmen were able to distance themselves last inning. We'll see if the Generals can keep fighting back. They've been trailing since the 2nd inning, but were able to put a crooked number on the board for the first time in the 5th. Deal has the count of 2-0. That one popped up. Short right field. And it was DeShazer, the second baseman, racing all the way back to get that one. Nearly collided with McCannon, the right fielder. But the Oilmen make the out.
Almost a super dangerous play there between McCannon and DeShazer. DeShazer able to make the catch way out into the grass there.
That was one where, yeah, if they collided, that could have been scary, as they only get the second out of the inning with Tom Stutt coming up to the plate. So it looks like there's a substitution made here. So we'll get a look at who this is at the plate for the Generals. This will be Owens, the right-hander, stepping in the box. He takes the first pitch he sees from Deal for a strike. Counts 0-1, runners on first and second. Deal fires towards the plate, away for a ball.
Jack Owens from Chicago, Illinois. Attends Concordia, Wisconsin. A few of those sprinkled throughout the roster.
So now the 1-1 pitch to Owens as the runners are in motion. That one roped up the middle of the infield. We'll see Cisneros rounds the corner, gets to cross the plate, the throw to the runner at third, and he's out. But not before the Generals put one on the board. The Oilmen prevent possibility of more. So the runner scores, making it 7-3 after 6 innings here on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Beach is just too hot. I mean, God, look at it. It's making the sand burn, the mouth dry, the skin cry. I mean, everything's just... Oh, there's Coors Light. Well-mouthed desert, meet ice-cold beer. Mountain cold refreshment. That's chill.
You didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't know Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra. Now, you do.
Wait! Let me help! Lando Frost! Premium meat! Delicious! And no byproducts!
Toss it in.
Et moi?
Okay.
Whee!
Make a smart choice. Lando Frost Premium Meat.
I am a success. I am the future.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am. I am.
I am Ivy Tech Community College.
Are you?
New pitcher in the game for Joliet as Kai Fermella enters the game. Fermella was a veteran of the Generals, part of that championship squad last season. We'll see Jack Owens stays out in left field after being subbed in for Tim Stutt last time up. And the Generals there, Adam, they were able to scratch one across the plate, but a good relay throw prevented them from adding more onto that.
Yeah, it was a really great play there by the Oilmen. Could have prevented a very large inning for the Generals as they start getting the bats going the last inning. And Generals are running out of outs to try to get back in this one, so a big out there for the Oilmen.
Be Clark, Zarnecki, and Cosenza coming to the plate for the Oilmen here in the top of the 7th inning. They lead 7-3 after 6. Fermella launches that one towards the plate. Clark flies that in the foul territory. That'll go out of play for the first strike of his at-bat. So the left-hander is down 0-1. It's Fermella, the right-hander. Looks towards the plate. Fires that one a little bit of a sidearm motion. Movement on it for a ball. That one sent right back up at Fermella. Bounces off his knee. He fires over to first base. Not in time as Clark gets to the bag on that one. Scary play there. As it looks like Fermella's okay. He's able to walk it off. Fermella was an all-star in the league last season. And the first batter he faces this year gets on base. Native of Elmhurst. So bring Kyle Zarnecki up to the plate here with nobody out and a man on. Fermella throws that one in for a ball. Zarnecki has not reached base yet today, but does have a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning and scored a run. 1-0 pitch from Formella, called a strike. Looks like Zarnecki might have offered at it anyway, making it a 1-1 count. And now the 1-1 pitch from Formella. The one sent right back over to short. Vincent scoops it over to second baseman Biggers. Gets the throw in time for a 6-4-3 twin killing. The first 2 outs of this inning.
Great turn there by the Generals, and really it's capped off by a terrific scoop by Brennan Fisher. That was a tough play off that short hop.
And we've seen Bryce Vincent gets it done with the bat as well, but he made a good throw over there, and Brennan Fisher also making a good grab there at first base. 2 standout offensive players getting it done defensively as Cosenza takes a strike from the first pitch he sees out of the hand of Formella. So the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So Cosenza down 0-2 in this count with 2 outs. It looked like the Oilmen might be threatening. The Generals turn a really good double play there. The 0-2 pitch, lofted to deep left center field. The outfielders are pedaling back, and it'll be Gould that gets under that one for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Generals get 3 outs there after a really good display of defense on the double play. The score remains Northwest Indiana Oilmen 7, Joliet Generals 3. You're watching on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Yes! When it comes to Sunday, choose the right couch. Here's to the original light beer. It's Miller time.
Deal stays on the mound for the Oilmen here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He'll face Summers, Gould, and Fisher as the Oilmen trail 7-3. Leo Stoddard, Adam Oppenheim with you here. That was some good defense from the Generals in the top of the 7th. A real good double play that extinguished what could have been an offensive rally for the Oilmen.
Yeah, absolutely. Is they're going to need to stop the Oilmen from scoring runs and then score runs to get back into this game if you're the Generals. If you're Coach Silva, you say it starts on the defensive end. Then we can try to get those bats going, and they've been going in the past couple of innings. Scored 1 last inning, 2 the inning before, and really had a chance for a bigger rally last inning. But a good defensive play by the Oilmen were able to halt that. The runner getting thrown out at third base.
So Summers, who has 2 strikeouts so far today, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th. He's looking to try to put the bat on the ball this time up. Avoid putting another K on the board. As we see Summers plays his college ball at Concordia, Wisconsin, and they have a Mount Prospect, Illinois. So the first pitch he sees from Deal, well outside and past the glove of Zarnecki for a ball. And they count 1-0. So in the pitch from Deal, that one's in the strike zone, fouled away. Even the count up at 1.
Deal's had a little bit of an up and down start so far today.
It came out strong with the strikeout, but then the Generals got some base runners on, and the Oilman defense was able to get him out of that as he blows that one by for a strike 2. So makes the count 1-2. Oilmen leads 7-3 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Outs are starting to get more and more precious for the Generals here. As swing and a miss, strike 3. Will be the leadoff runner down on strike, and leadoff batter down on strikes for Joliet. They'll bring the top of the order up, and Gould, who has reached base twice today, a single and a walk. One of the more consistent Generals. He scored back in the 5th inning. And Joliet now down to 8 outs remaining in this game. They're going to have to start sooner rather than later if they want to chip away at this 4-run deficit they face, as that one is outside for a ball. So make it a 1-0 count, 1 out. No base runners yet for Joliet. Deal sends that one outside for another ball.
He's had a couple of those pitches just a bit off the mark. But when he's been able to hone in on the zone, he's been good.
Yeah, just missed his spot a little bit on that one, but seems to have some good movement on some of those pitches out of the hand. And yeah, that sidearm delivery, it's hard sometimes for hitters to get a feel for it. As he gets a sign from Sarnecki here. That one sent to center field. Baker makes the play there, flashes the leather, and gets the grab for the second out of this inning.
Michael Gould has had some good at-bats, though, this game. Obviously only got on base twice, but he's hit the ball hard multiple times in this game. Unfortunately, it was right to the center fielder.
Yeah, that one was a good piece of contact. Was traveling far, but Baker didn't have to do much in terms of moving over to get to that one. As now Brennan Fisher comes to the box here, the first baseman has reached base his last 2 times up after grounding out in the 1st inning. So now he gets ready to face Deal. 1 call to strike on the outside part of the zone. Deal gets the sign again, gets ready to deal with the 0-1 pitch. Inside for a ball. So 1-1 is the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Oilmen lead 7-3. That one sent over to Marshall at first base. He gets the glove on it and steps on the bag for the 3rd out of the inning. So Dio retires the side here. The score remains 7-3 Oilmen. You're watching on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
When you hire certified electrician contractors, you're getting the best. But just as important as our skill and expertise is our culture of safety. We know it's important to you, and we know it's important to them. Certified Electrician represents the Nika IBEW team, a team where safety and productivity go hand in hand. It's why our jobs finish on time and on budget. It's why owners that use us are repeat customers. Certified Electrician, working together, powering Northwest Indiana.
I've never seen ads on top of the roof where it's helping the community.
Top of the 8th inning here at LaFun Stadium, where the Northwest Indiana the Joliet Generals by a score of 7-3. Leo Stoddard, Adam Oppenheim with you here. So that was a good 1-2-3 inning from Caleb Deal, who after some adversity in his 1st inning looked much more comfortable on the mound in the 2nd.
Yeah, certainly. Especially, the last time, a lot of these players played. Some of them came right from college. Some of them had maybe a little bit of a break.
As Fama Cannon grounds that over to Vincent at short. He throws on the hop and gets it in time to Fisher for the 1st out of this inning. Leadoff man down 6-3. Chris Baker, the leadoff hit, the number 1 hitter for the Oilmen, up to the plate here. He has walked twice today. And made a good catch out in center field in the bottom of the 7th inning. We're in the top of the 8th inning here, and there's 1 out. Oilmen leads 7-3. breaking ball to Baker, drops too far out of the zone for ball one. So the 1-0 count to Baker. Another low one for ball two. Mello leans towards the plate, gets the sign from his catcher, Summers. Gets that one inside the zone for a strike. Makes it a 2-1 count. Two 2-1 pitch to Baker. Low for ball three. So he's got the advantage in this count as he's already walked twice today. He's on the cusp of doing it for a third time. One inside for a strike. Makes it a full count.
Watching all these Baker at-bats, you can see how good of an eye he has. Not worrying if he gets, 2 strikes. Is really in command of the strike zone.
Payoff pitch. Grounded down the line. Just foul, though, on the third base side. So Baker comes back in the box to do it again. Another lengthy at-bat from him. Spent some time with the Oilmen in the past. He's with them to start off the season this year in 2022. And the payoff pitch. Called strike three. Good pitch from Formella to make the second out of this inning with the punch out.
Tough out there for Formella. He's able to locate a pitch on the outside corner.
It was on a clothesline, basically. Just a real straight pitch, but right where he needed it to be. A good spot. Get the strikeout there as now C.J. DeShazer comes to the box here with 2 outs, nobody on, and his team's up 7-3. Takes the first pitch he gets from Formella for a ball. Watches that one go by for strike one. Another 1-1 pitch from Formella. Away for a ball. Hook pitch there, but no good. So Formella settles himself for the 2-1 pitch. DeShazer sends that over to Fisher at first, pops out of the glove, he gets a hand on it, flips it over to Formella at first. DeShazer slides in head first and gets there safely. So he beats it out after it kind of popped out of the glove from Fisher into his hand, and that was probably all it took for him to get on base there.
DeShazer really hustling down that line. I think a split second, Formella didn't get off the mound in time. Really good hustle there at the end, but I think it was the first instant that ball was hit to first. Got to be ready to cover, but either way, a really good play all around.
And now the throw over to second base as DeShazer was in motion. He gets the swipe bag there. As now Charlie says Coney's in the box here. He sent home a pair of runs. I don't know if what was scored is an error, but still a hard hit ball to right field. His last at bat. So the 0-1 count, 2 outs. Swing and a miss for a strike. Oh, 2 outs. Oilmen have a runner on second base. They lead 7-3. Pitch from Formella, lifted up, foul territory, might be playable for the catcher now. That's well out of play, actually. So another strike there, another foul ball. So 0 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Runner on second, that's DeShazer. The Oilmen lead the column that counts 7-3. Formella nods in approval to a sign from Summers. It's a ball as DeShazer goes for third. He gets there in time. He takes another bag.
Summers a real strong throw, but once again the hesitation. If he throws that on his first instinct, DeShazer is probably out, but instead is able to beat it with a head-first slide.
So the pitch, this is Coney. Fouled away, so he's making a lot of contact in this at-bat, but hasn't put one in play just yet.
Another good at bat by Sisconi.
As he's working the count here, Formella launches that one outside for a ball. He gets the count up at 2. So 2-2 is the count at the plate. 2 outs. Runner on third base. 2-2 pitch. Fouled away again. Sisconi just take a lot of pitches. That one sent way out into the parking lot behind home plate. Possibly near the car of our producer, David Bork. It's another 2-2 pitch yet again. Sisconi fouls that one again into the parking lot. Near the soccer field, really, but close to the parking lot.
I can confidently say I regret moving it from what would be about 400 feet from home plate to park behind home plate.
There's been a lot of activity near the home plate parking lot, and Sisconi now fouls that one towards the area that Adam was talking about. But not quite as deep as he was originally parked. So Sisconi taking a lot of pitches from Formella here, making the right-hander work for his keep on the mound. 2-2 pitch yet again. Another foul ball. So we'll do it again.
Boy, ever since I said anything about where my original car was parked, it seems like
everything's
he's
going there.
For it. Two of the farthest hit balls we've seen today, actually.
Man, Sisconi's making good contact at the plate. He's had an active day on both sides of the ball. Bender has breaking stuff with bad intentions as Formella gets the strikeout looking there to end the inning. So the score remains 7-3 Oilmen. Middle of the 8th inning here on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Football legend Tom Flores, a.k.a. the Iceman, a.k.a. the first Latino quarterback and head coach ever, a.k.a. why isn't he in the Hall yet? Well, Coors Light is going to do something about it.
I'll drink to that.
Have a student headed to college this fall? If so, you probably have questions, and the best place to find answers is Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is in your community and offers hundreds of options. Best of all, our tuition is a fraction of the cost of other colleges. Complete a free application today.
You guys are crushing it. See how 8 grams of healthy protein and Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasting, bread. Cheese, 10 more. Go.
I'm getting shredded!
Make the smart choice. Land of Frost Premium Meat.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Michael Freitas takes the ball to do some hurling on the mound here, as he is the third pitcher of the day for the Oilmen. We saw Jake Ostrowski had 5 good innings of work. Caleb Deal came in and threw for 2. And now it'll be Freitas called in for some action here. The right-hander from Bourbonnais, Illinois, takes the mound in a game where his team leads 7-3. And so his job now is just to keep making sure you keep the doors shut here, as Joliet's shown some rallies here, especially in the middle of the order, which is the part Freitas is going to be seeing here, as it'll be Vincent, Muha, and Cisneros, the first 3 up. You see Vincent has been busy defensively and also has reached base just once today, but still making his presence felt at the plate. He's one of those hitters, once he gets going, he's hard to stop. So now Freitas steadies himself for the first pitch to the right-handed batter, Vincent. Launches that one towards the plate. Chopped up to second base. The Shazer gets a hand on it. Throws it over to first in time for the first out of this inning. Just needed 1 pitch for that. Jake Muha comes to the plate with 1 out, nobody on. It's a good way to start the game coming out of the pen for Freitas. He's the left-hander Muha here. Bottom of the 8th inning, Generals running out of time to make a comeback as they trail by 4 and are down to 5 outs remaining. One low and away for ball one. Left-handed batter versus right-handed pitcher. Matus all waves at that one. No good, as that's strike one. So the Oilmen inching closer and closer to their trying to win their first game of the 2022 campaign on the first night. Someone fouled away for strike two. We saw last season they dropped opening day to the Vikings down at Dowling Park. Tomorrow they'll be in action at Dowling Park against the Crestwood Panthers. It's a Crestwood team that picked up the win today. So it's grounded back out to Matus. He flashes the leather. Underhand tosses that one over the first base for the second out of the inning. The pitcher showing some plays defensively there. Looking around the Northern League tonight, we saw it was Crestwood took down the American Giants 12-5, and the Vikings took down the Corn Dogs 3-2. Those teams all start out 1-0 as the Oilmen looking to join them with wins. That one in for a strike to Cisneros. Making it an 0-1 count. That one gets a piece of Cisneros. Looks like it might have bounced off his helmet. Well out of play there. That one looks like he's okay, but that was scary as it caught him high. But I think he seems like he'll be okay to take his base.
That took a crazy ricochet. I don't know if I've ever seen a ball hit off a helmet, go over the net, and near cars again.
It traveled pretty far as Tino Biggers comes to the box with 2 outs and a man on now. Cisneros took one for the team, and he gets off to a lead. This one fouled away off the top of the plate by Biggers.
A real good read there by the umpire. You can tell when it hits off someone when it has that funky spin to it. And that's when he realized foul ball. So let it go at first, watch the spin. Called it foul.
Joliet possibly down to their last 4 outs, but they now have a runner on, courtesy of the hit by pitch to Jimmy Cisneros. Trail 7-3 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Freitas sends that one in for a ball. So the count is 1-1 here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. That's the sign from Sarnecki as catcher. Went outside and gets past the catcher, and so Cisneros will end up on second base there after that one rolled by. So now the count at 2-1, a runner on second base. Joliet trails by 4 runs here. That one will not count as a mound visit. As Zarnecki talked to Freitas a little bit there. As his right-hander walks back up to the rubber. That one cracked away for a foul ball. Making it a 2-2 count. Now Freitas maybe 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. 2 outs here as he was able to get Vincent the ground out. And Muhada fell up with a ground out back over to Freitas as well on the mound. And he hit Cisneros, who advanced to second base then on a wild pitch against the current batter here, Biggers. Called strike 3, that gets him out of it. So despite the hit by pitch, Freitas rebounds with the strikeout, keeping the score 7-3 Oilmen. We're heading into the 9th inning, so stick around. You're watching on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
In the sunshine, everybody loves the sunshine.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
Top of the ninth inning here, Nick Volmert enters the game as the pitcher for Joliet. You see him going through his windup, some warm-up pitches there. He pitched for the Generals last year as one of the key members of their staff. He's looking to keep the Oilmen bats at bay here as they lead 7-3 in the top of the ninth. Generals down to just 3 outs left, so they're trying to keep the scoring to a minimum here. Volmert pitches at St. Ambrose from Lake in the Hills, Illinois. Ready for another campaign with the Generals. It'll be Anderson, Marshall, and Clark, the 1-2-3 for the Oilmen here in the top of the ninth.
And if you're Coach Silva, although you're still down 4 runs, might as well try to give your offense a shot. So we'll see if Volmar can shut down this Oilman offense.
And just looking ahead to when the Generals are up in the bottom half of this inning, it'll be Chironas, Owens, and Summers, the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up, but they've shown they can produce all over the lineup. As they're looking to try to come back on opening night here. Nick Anderson comes up. He has scored today. He's reached base 3 times. Going to maybe make that 4 here. Facing Volmert for the first time. Now the righty out of the windup. Blows that one past Anderson for strike 1.
He really has a big motion to deliver.
A lot of activity there, yeah.
Coming at you. Definitely makes you feel something.
And now the quick high windup outside for ball 1. The count evens up at 1 to the leadoff hitter Anderson. Volmert fires that one fouled away, makes it 1-2. And the Oilmen just trying to scrape out a win here and start the season 1-0. The Generals trying to bounce back, come back here. They were shut down early by Jake Ostrowski. Caleb Deal did some throwing for the Oilmen, and then Freitas last inning, and that one sent right back up the middle of the infield by Anderson. He has another base hit tonight to start off the 9th inning in good fashion for the Oilmen. So they have a runner on with David Marshall coming to the box here, and nobody out. Volmert doing the throwing on the mound. First batter he saw got on base. So I will see Marshall, a lanky left-hander. He's reached base 4 times today. Takes that one for a ball.
This middle of this Oilman lineup has been really dangerous, really all throughout. They've had quality hitting and quality at bats as well.
A 1-0 pitch from Volmert out of the stretch, fouled away, makes it a 1-1 count. See him with a pretty hard leg kick when he throws out of the stretch. Right facing the left-handed batter, Marshall. Shows bunt at that one. Looks like he pulled back in time for that to be a ball. So 2-1 is the count at the plate. The Generals still in search of the first out here in the top of the 9th inning with the Northwest Indiana Oilmen lead 7-3. Volmert to Marshall here, fouled away, making it 2-2. Has Clark on deck. Kyle Zarnecki in the hole. Nick Anderson's the runner on first base. And the pitch outside makes a full count.
Major trend starting this game for the Generals. Really, the Oilmen hitters have been tough to put away, and they foul a lot of balls off, and then they're putting some in play. We'll see if, the Generals can get those finishing pitches.
And the payoff pitch to Marshall is low for a ball, so put 2 men on, still with nobody out.
And another walk for the Generals.
The Oilmen have done a good job of getting the free passes today, as they've had quite a few. I'll tally them up in just a second. That was the 8th walk of this outing here in the 9th inning by Marshall. Chaz Clark takes the first pitch he sees for a strike. Clark has reached base 3 times today. Has one of those 8 walks. So now the 0-1 pitch to Clark. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He finds himself in the hole now, trailing by a couple of pitches. He wanted to make contact with that one, but just couldn't quite catch up to it. Volmert in search of the first out here in the top of the 9th, trying to get his bats up as quick as possible. Fouled away by Clark. Bounces around off the backstop. So count moves to 0-2. Chaz Clark, the 2021 graduate of Marist High School, gets ready, try to put one in play here. Wilmert fires that one, sent right back over to first base, through the gap into right field. The bases are loaded for the Oilmen for Zarnecki as Clark gets his 3rd single of the day.
Great hit there by Clark. Really got his bear around quickly to it and bared into right field. And the Oilmen have had action on the bases all day. Doesn't stop here in the 9th as the bases are loaded.
Bases full of Oilmen here with nobody out. And Zarnecki up to the plate here. Anderson on 3rd, Marshall on 2nd, and Clark on 1st. Zarnecki looks like he got a hard hit there, and splinters of his bat came flying off, so that's an expensive strike 1.
And that hurts a lot, too, as that pitch was inside.
So he'll grab some new equipment there and head up back into the box here. As I saw, he made contact with that one, and a piece of the bat just went flying to 3rd base. So I didn't entirely break, but just enough that that one was unusable. So now the 0-1 pitch. Volmert gets the sign from his catcher, Summers. Looks at the base runners at their stations. Now sends this one towards the plate. One dribbled away, foul on the 3rd base side, makes it an 0-2 count. General still looking for the first out here in the 9th inning. Tough spot to be in. You're trailing 4. The bases are loaded. The Oilmen trying to put a correct number on the board. Make it a little bit more comfortable on whoever it is they send on the mound for the bottom of the 9th inning. The 0-2 pitch. That one catches Zarnecki high. Maybe hits the bat. Looks like he'll stay in the box here. So, looked like it hit him at first, but
maybe he was trying to sell it to the umpire for a second.
Yeah, maybe they're saying he leaned into that one. Foul ball is the call. So we'll stay at 0-2.
And no argue there from Zarnecki, so gotta assume he got it right behind home plate.
So the count remains 0-2, bases loaded. Nobody out here, so Panthers have corner infielders in pretty tight, as the middle infielders are a little far back. Zarnecki, the batter at the plate, has not reached base in 4 attempts. Running the double play his last time up. Ropes that one down the line. Foul on the third base side.
Almost caught a hanging pitch there from Volmert and tattooed that down the line, but just low enough. If that ball was, a couple inches higher, that could have cleared the bases.
But instead he will remain in the batter's box here, down 0-2, facing Nick Volmert, who makes the pitch towards the plate. Another foul ball. He is staying alive here in the box. Definitely working his hardest. And so Volmert gets the sign again from Summers. Just trying to do whatever he can to get through this batter. Fires towards the plate. Another foul one. This one sent back behind home plate. So now Zarnecki and Volmert get set for the next pitch in what has been a lengthy battle at the plate here. Both of them getting a lot of action so far here in the 9th inning. And the pitch cracked up over to third base past the glove of Biggers, and that scores a run. No play to be made there as Vincent was able to secure it, or that was Cisneros at third base. Another run on the board for the Oilmen. They now lead 8-3.
Yeah, just a perfectly placed hit there by Zarnecki. And nothing really Vincent could do when he had that deep at shortstop.
So now Joe Cosenza comes to the plate here with the bases loaded, nobody out. His team up by 5 runs. The Oilmen just continue to tack on runs here. And Cosenza sends that one down the line in left field, but that goes foul into the outfield. So 0-1 is the count.
A lot of good rips here by the Oilmen.
They're seeing the ball well here in the 9th against a tough pitcher on the mound. Tough right-hander from the Generals. He throws this one over. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Boy, that was the best breaking ball we've seen from Volmert today. The bomb dropped out of that one and produced an ugly swing.
So Cosenza facing Volmert. Marshall on third. Clark on second. And Zarnecki on first as that one skips in for a ball. Zarnecki on first. Cosenza at the plate. Volmert on the mound. Doing the throwing here with the count is 1-2. Still in search of the first out here in the top of the 9th inning. Here comes the pitch. Foul away for another foul ball here. It's the Oilmen hitters have been making a lot of contact off of Volmert. It's not all going in play as we've seen. Volmert gets ready to do it again. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There's the first out of the inning. It comes in a good way for Volmert as he was able to get the out without having any balls put in play there. Keeping the damage at a minimum. The bases are still loaded, but now with 1 out, you have the possibility of a double play. A lot of other possibilities open up on how they could get out of the inning. With Tyler Famacanon at the plate here, he is 0 for 4 so far with a pair of strikeouts. Takes that one outside for a ball. Now the 1-0 pitch from Volmert. Battled away for a foul ball, makes it 1-1. We've seen the Oilmen just steadily putting runs on the board here. The only innings they've been held scoreless have been the 1st, the 3rd, and the 7th. And the 8th. So a few innings they've been held scoreless, but still, they've been consistent, let's say here. 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, and now 1 in the eighth. That one's a ball, gets away from Summers, but no harm done there. 2 and 1 is the count at the plate. Vollmer trying to get out of this with the score still at 8-3, sending his bats to the plate. Here comes the pitch. Inside for a ball, make it 3 and 1. He's in danger of possibly walking a man with the bases loaded. Not something he can really afford here. It's now a 3-1 pitch. Kick towards the plate. Sent over to second base to Biggers. Makes the throw. Gets the out, but a run comes across. Fielder's choice scores a run on the ground out there.
Yeah, ball was just not hit enough, or hit hard enough to turn 2 there by the Generals. But they are able to get the out at first. And now there's 2 down in the 9th.
Now Chris Baker is the leadoff, the Oilmen #1 hitter. In the box here with 2 men on, 2 outs. He has walked 3 times tonight. And he takes that one for a strike. He's scored 2 times as well, so he's contributed to that 9-3 lead his team has. We'll see if he can maybe make that larger, or if Vollmer can get out of this. Ball from the right-hander, facing the left-handed batter. So 1-1 is the count at the plate. 2 outs here, then on second and third. For the road team, the Northwest Indiana Oilmen, they lead 9-3. This one skied to shallow left field. Vincent covering a lot of ground, gets the out there. So the Oilmen strike a couple of times, distance themselves just a little bit more. Crunch time for the Generals as they have their final 3 outs come up next on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world, keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
Sunshine. Everybody loves the sunshine.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
And so now the Generals down to their last hope here. As we'll see, the Oilmen have a new left-hander in the game here. Getting their 4th pitcher of the day. It'll be Jake Paymaster. He's a name that MCL fans should be familiar with, as he was an extraordinary pitcher last season for the Southland Vikings. Now he's switching uniforms over to the Oilmen here. As we saw Paymaster put together a pretty solid season. As he's trying to shut down the Generals here and send the Oilmen home with a win. Paymaster, the left-hander from New Lenox, Illinois, played at Lincoln Way West, and now is at Triton. Good school for pitching development, as he'll be facing Turonas, Owens, and Summers here, the 7-8-9 hitters from the Generals. Trying to keep the score. The Oilmen lead intact at 9-3. He gets his final warm-up pitches in. Turona's the leadoff hitter, has flew out 2 times and struck out once. He's 0 for 3 so far today. It was Ostrowski that got things started for the Oilmen, then Deal, then Freitas, and then now it'll be Paymaster, hoping to shut the door. First left-handed pitcher we've seen today as well. All the others from both sides have been righties. Joliet put up a tally in the 5th inning, scored 1 in the 6th, and added 2 in the 6th. Or 2 in the 5th, correct me. But, so they trail 9-3. Paymaster trying to keep it that way as he faces the designated hitter, Tarones. First pitch from the lefty, outside for ball 1. Paymaster, one of the players that brings experience from the former Midwest Collegiate League now to the rebranded Northern League. Has been around a little bit, seen some of these hitters before. Is that one low for a ball? It was part of a good Vikings squad that had their season ended in a semifinal series with the Oilmen last year. They had some plethora of pitchers, and that's what you need in this league is depth at the pitching position, especially having guys come out of the pen that can go and throw strikes. That one is away for a ball. 3-0 is the count to the first batter he's faced. Here comes 3-0 pitch from Paymaster, away for ball 4, so 4-pitch walk. That's what Joliet needs. He's getting runners on. That'll be Owens coming to the plate for Joliet. He subbed in last time up. Got on base. RBI single. They're hoping he has another one of those in his bat tonight. One called a strike on the outside corner of the zone by Paymaster. See the temperature starting to drop here as we're approaching the end of the game. This one almost at 3 hours here. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Temperature's 52 degrees in Carroll Stream with a little bit of wind. And once again, the score 9-3 Oilmen here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Last chance for Joliet. They have a runner on first base. Owens at the plate. Paymaster on the mound. Gets him to foul that one away. But Adam Enright in search of his first win and his second stint at the helm of the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. Taking over a team that set the franchise record in win percentage last season. They won the regular season crown and facing the team that won the postseason crown. The 0-2 pitch. Ball making it 1-2 count. Paymaster looks over to the runner on first base, now looks back towards the plate, fires towards the diamond, or the plate, and that one away for a ball, making it 2-2. So still nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. Joliet getting the leadoff walk, helps them trend in that direction. 2-2 pitch from Paymaster. Sent into the air in the infield. Looks like that'll be Marshall getting under that for the first out here. The first baseman makes the play there, so that'll send Will Summers to the box here with 1 out, 1 man on. His team still trailing by a hefty margin. Summers has been having a tough one at the plate here against Oilmen pitching. 3 strikeouts. Looking to break through here in the bottom of the 9th. That one's away for a ball.
Yeah, even with the game possibly out of reach here, they would love for Summers to get, some contact to get his confidence going moving forward from this game.
Yeah, because if you finish this one well, it could lead you to a good start in the next game. And lets that one go by for a ball.
Yeah, momentum is a real thing in baseball, and especially in terms of hitting. If you see the ball well, you're going to hit it well. And hopefully, carry that through a long period of time.
So now Paymaster trying to find a strike here. Zips that one high for a look to be pretty high up there in the zone, testing the upper limits of the strike zone. Making it a 1-2 count. Or 2-1 count. That one once again finds the corner, making it a 2-2 count. Paymaster batting his way back in. Summers looking to avoid being rung up on strikes for the 4th time tonight. Against the lefty Paymaster. Swing and miss, strike 3, so that'll be 4 strikeouts on the night for the Joliet second baseman, and Paymaster now moves 1 out closer to locking down the win for the Oilmen. Facing the number 1 batter in the order, Michael Gould, who has gone on base 2 times. Flew out to center field last time up. There's a runner on first base for Joliet. Paymaster scorches that one in for a strike. So 0-1 is the count. It's Jake Paymaster. The 0-1 pitch. Put in the air. Could be it. We see it charges in. Thelma Cannon, and that will do it. The Oilmen get their first win in Game 1 of the season by a score of 9-3. So the Oilmen starting the 2022 season off on the right foot with the big win over the Joliet Generals. For everyone involved with tonight's broadcast, we see it charges in. Thelma Cannon, and that will do it. The Oilmen get their first win in Game 1 of the season by a score of 9-3. So the Oilmen starting the 2022 season off on the right foot with the big win over the Joliet Generals. For everyone involved with tonight's broadcast, we see it charges in. Thelma Cannon, and that will do it. The Oilmen get their first win in Game 1 of the season by a score of 9-3. So the Oilmen starting the 2022 season off on the right foot with the big win over the Joliet Generals. For everyone involved with tonight's broadcast,